Today's just number one talk station, 99.3 Nigeria Info Lagos. Top of the morning to you once again, and we're back. 7:32 is the time. I'm Sheriff Quadry.
I'm Jimi this morning.
Yeah. So you can watch us on Facebook and on YouTube. You can, Nigeria Info 99.3. You just log on, watch us, drop your comments. We have the papers here already. We'll start with the Vanguard newspaper. So there's this story here on page 5 that reads, "No regrets declaring Binani winner," says Adamawa Rec.
You know what we call this in downtown?
What's that?
You know how to describe what this guy is doing?
What's that?
Put that's it off.
That's it over.
Because if you say you didn't have regrets and so on and so forth, why did you disappear?
Yeah.
Tidy up me. This whole thing, this country, a lot of things are so predictable. We knew all this was going to happen. First of all, disappeared from wherever, and then later shows up and is ready to go through. The thinking there would be, okay, the court cases would take close to about 3 to 4 years. By that time, people would most likely have forgotten. Have you forgotten there was a time everyone was running around about IDP cases, embezzlement in IDP? Nobody's talking about that anymore. We don't even know if these cases are on. Dailies' case took 12 years, I think. So he says that the police have arrested him. They are grilling him. And he's in custody. That would probably, another official's fingered under interrogation. And he says he didn't collect 2 billion naira bribe. I'm surprised the Vanguard published that. Would he have admitted that he took a 2 million naira bribe? I don't understand. I'm not saying he did, but to say that he said he didn't, there's no news in it for me. And then he says the bribe allegation is a social media hype. Anyway, all this was expected. I expected it. It's happening a bit earlier than I thought it would. So the story is that it was picked up yesterday after INEC had petitioned the IG and so on and so forth. It says that his arrest comes shortly after I declared that he had no regrets declaring the ape. So on point of law, he's going to say that what he did is right. So if care is not casing, the focus of the trial will not be on the crime, but on what is the right thing to do. That's the way they'll move the trial to. It move from criminal almost to something that appears civil. Because he's insisting that what he did is right. Next thing you hear, probably sue 1 or 2 persons for this and for that, and the ding dong will continue for as long as it's until all of us lose interest. The story here says that the police have detained him. I'm sure he'll be out on bail in a day or two. The Inspector General has given clear assurance that every individual involved indicted in the matter will be apprehended and investigated in line with provisions of the law. I don't know if the Inspector General is investigating all other infractions that took place during that election. I don't know whether he has queried his COP, who says he can't distinguish between a child and an adult, who stood there whilst children were voting, So that's what we get. Yunus Ahari said he had no regrets announcing Binani winner. He did. There's not much of an explanation here, but the whole story is there. So that's what it is. He says he has no regrets. Police have arrested and grilling him in Abuja. We'll follow the developments for all his work, but to be honest, personally, Sheriff, I think I'll pass this on to you. Let me hand over the file to you. I've lost complete interest in this.
Nice to meet you.
I want to do a bet on what the result will be.
I'm not.
Will I agree?
Yes, you can.
Put your 5M down.
No, it's not me. It's not with me.
No, I'm going to bet with you now. I'm handing over the file.
How much?
How
much?
With 5M. LA. Put that 4 on that.
Let's make it 10. Things. Let's make it 10.
No, in case you win, I'll be bankrupt. Look, just before we came on there, Sheriff and I were saying that we are just fed up. If you don't look at these things from the humorous side,
yeah,
in all honesty, you just go crazy.
That's it.
Just go crazy. So I hand over that I've lost interest. You can continue with Marian, and on Mondays when I'm not here, you can continue that stuff.
Okay, all right. Let's go to page 26 then. Osinbajo, symbol of national unity, says Buhari, go on, governors, others.
I'm not. Well, there's no. He lost the primaries anyway, but I think Nigeria is going to regret, not having given certain persons the opportunity to run this country, and Osinbajo is one of them. I think so. I think that this country. I don't know about the party, because I've always told you that the aspiration of politicians is different from the aspiration of everyday human beings. Of course, Osinbajo as a president, they will have to go on another round of Ramadan and whatever put together. But so Osinbajo launched a book yesterday, and the book is called at the unveil. It's called Osinbajo Strides: Defining Moments of an Innovative Leader. And let me just read the way he's been described by other people. I don't want to add my own, because you'll say, okay, because he's my friend and so on and so forth. Osinbajo was the most effective VP. That's what General Gawan said. And that's somebody that I respect so much. He described Osinbajo as a leader who brought a collaborative approach to governance. This man had just a tiny attempt for about 2 months, and we keep talking about it. Just that kind of attempt, just the window opened a little bit. He put his leg in the waters, and we are still talking about it till today. The secretary to the government also he spoke about Osinbajo's passion for excellence. He's proud. I would have been proud out there to have my president. I can boast about him. I know that I was in primary school with him. Okay. I know the secondary school he went to. It's the secondary school I would have loved to go to. But there was sabotage. About pass. I didn't think. So I couldn't go to that school. He went there.
So there was sabotage.
It was a god.
Because you did not pass.
He went to the University of Lagos at 32. He was a professor of law. At 32. At 32, some people are still struggling to do stand 6. At 32, he was a professor of law. Exceptionally brilliant. And you can see what he did. It's not open to debate. You either see it or you don't. And such a person puts himself forward and see what happens. It's okay. We will, like I've said though, we will always have to own up to the consequences of decisions that we take. I won't say more than that. The governors called him a bridge builder. Governors Forum described him as a bridge builder, and speaking on their behalf was Tambuwal. Another person, this is a KC product, SLS, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. He described Osinbajo as one who represents a perfect picture of what an ideal Nigerian leader should look like. Somebody who can stand amongst the best in any nation. Can articulate his views. His background is clear. There is no tabi or tamotam. No, it's very clear, smooth. 32, professor. That's what Sanusi is saying, that he represents a perfect picture of what a Nigerian leader should look like. I must say that when it comes to charismatic leadership, as far as the presidency is concerned, I'll have to go back further than he would to say that I think in my lifetime, Zik is the one who, oh my God, even though we're all little rats, but everybody looked up to Zik. He was respected in Africa. Another person, even though he might not appear cerebral, is President Obasanjo. Yes, whatever he has his fault, but whatever, the stature that he had, and that's the kind of thing that would have been applied in this Sudan crisis. Obasanjo was on first-name basis with only God knows how many, including President Carter, all of them. Andrew Young became, if you read some of his biographies, Andrew Young then, I think he was Secretary of State, later became his personal friend. I think his son even lived with him. He was on first-name basis with only God knows how many. Well respected when these people stand up. United Nations, at fora, whatever fora it is, well respected. That's a Nigerian leader, And so, Chimamanda, in her keynote remarks and book review, Chimamanda praised the Vice President for being a great person and inspirational leader. And she says that the essence of this book comes from a diverse range of writers, and they are all very different in style. The former managing director and chief executive of Access Bank, Aigboje Aikimokwede, also commended the VP, saying that Professor Osinbajo is a master of soft power. I like that word, soft power. And through his mastery, I believe he's probably one of the most admired vice presidents across the world, and will be remembered when many presidents would have been forgotten. Personally, I can just say that I'm proud of him, and I'm proud to have shared part of his background with him. I think I'm a great man too, if I must. Let me just don't know there. You don't have to be president to be a great man.
No, you don't have to.
Am I a great man?
You don't have to.
You dare not say anything otherwise.
You're a great man.
My young Kolabo. But honestly, I'm proud to have shared this. We need a lot of inspirational people to help move this country forward. People who inspire you, can move mountains. One day we'll get there.
Yes, we will.
One day we'll get
certainly we will. Let's take this one here. We're still in the Vanguard. This time we're going backward a little. Page 10. The story reads, Tinubu's visit. Wike declares today public holiday in Rivers.
You know, when I don't know, I don't want to, and I'm saying this from a serious standpoint. When this gentleman said once that at about 11 o'clock he was drinking, how much was the whiskey?
I have no idea.
I just said to myself, there could be a problem here. Okay, so Tinubu has just been elected president-elect. Personally, I would have loved if he would be left alone to prepare himself. But okay, so you've invited him on a 2-day whatever to commission projects. This thing has become a disease amongst us now. You do a project of 10 billion, you commission it with another 2.5. That kind of a thing. But you say you want him to commission projects. Fair enough, you want to do this. How much do people make on a daily basis? What's their turnover? What's their profit? That you now take another day. We've just had one public holiday. Maybe some will open, some won't. It is unfair. This is unfair. And for those of you who will now go and say, well, is that. Imagine if you were taken out of circulation for one day, your means of survival. Because you're going to have a visitor. You've loaded the stadium, you've done all kinds of things. Why must you then close people's businesses? And it's an executive order. You can't defy it. Because it says that I urge all labor unions and security agencies to comply with this closure order. I'm sure the people of Rivers, after a while, they just can't wait to have another governor, because Wike has been a bit of a problem. And I say that his style of governance has been a bit. There was a day on a video he spoke to a traditional ruler. Come on, you wouldn't even talk to. He pointed hands at him, insulted him, and not once, not twice. And if somebody says that he drinks, how much was the whiskey, sir?
I have no idea.
You never have an idea.
Because I don't drink.
You don't need to drink it. This is a story.
I know,
you
but
don't need to drink.
I don't buy the thing.
He said he drank some whiskey. I don't know.
$20,000.
Whiskey, or I can't remember.
$20,000.
$20,000.
No, I'm asking. Like you said, 20,000.
No, I don't know. I don't drink either. I used to. But I think I've drank my quota.
What if Wike is doing all of this for his state, because the state will now
He's
be
not doing it for his state.
Hold on, sir. Let me land.
Yes.
Because the state will now be in opposition, so he needs to be on.
No. What the rumor mill is saying is that he wants to be Minister of Petroleum Resources.
Also, what if that is
what the
for
rumor
himself and the sake of the state?
What does the state have to benefit from a state visit to a state visit by that he will visit the state at some point anyway, and whether you like it or not, Rivers and Bayelsa and Delta states are very, very crucial to the survival of the nation.
Maybe this is part of positioning.
His position, I'm sure the positioning is for himself. I'm sure, because he knows as a politician that he has to step on the gas. Okay, he has delivered, fair enough, but he has to step on the gas. And he delivered also now said in another video that he said something to the effect that he believed very strongly that Peter Obi won or some funny thing like that. He also said that. He's been shifting. He's been shifting here and there. And to be honest with you, we cannot do an analysis of his performance and the things that he does and not take cognizance of the admission that he was drinking certain amount of whiskey at 11 o'clock in the morning. And if you look at his mien, you will know where the problem lies. I don't need to go for that. Like, now, both of us are adults. We don't want to talk about it publicly because we can't in the manner in which we would have loved to. But put off this mic and put a secret tape. Then you hear what two of us would have to say. That's the way of life. It's part of the tragedies of our job.
Tragedies.
It's a tragedy because what is actually boiling inside you, you can't use the correct word. It's part of the tragedies of our job. Because I'm tired of governance, that I'm tired of people disregarding certain kinds of governance that's going to affect them or that affects them. And I'm being polite in the manner in which I'm putting it. I don't understand governance in Nigeria. Some of our governors, I just don't know whether we need to set up qualifying exams for them and take cognizance of their health and mental status. I honestly don't know what we're going to do. Because some of these things confound, they confound. You find it very difficult to believe that this kind of thing could be happening. But like I said, part of the sad part of our job is you can't express yourself to the hilt. If not, this studio will collapse this morning. And I don't want it to.
No, let's not let it collapse. It's not good. It's not good for me. Somebody should bring hot tea for hot coffee.
When I'm hot already.
Black.
Somebody
should bring whiskey for
No, I don't do that. I don't do that. But it's we must find a way at some point in our lives to tell our leaders some home truths. And I would have expected the elders in Rivers State to have called Wike to order on a number of things. When, for example, you run down a traditional ruler, you're talking about his people. You don't talk to him as if he's some kind of houseboy just because you're a governor. He kept saying, in one video, he said, I gave you the staff of office. We gave you, and I can take it back. Come on. Don't we have respect for traditional rulers anymore? So, Jerry, let's go.
Let's take our next story, by the way. Lagos to tackle Lekki-Epe Highway gridlock with technology.
For those who are, who plan to build houses and are buying land and so on and so forth on this side of town, if I were you, I would think twice, because when the Lekki-Epe free zone corridor fully, it's not say e-club is supposed to be used. So you can, as we speak, that the Dagory is open. Heaven help us all. And I don't know if there's any mass transit in the pipeline. Personally, for me, if you really don't have a good reason to be in Lagos, now's the time for you to pack up and go back to your village. If you want to live the rest
If you don't have a good reason.
If you don't have a good reason, don't just be in Lagos because everybody is there and so on and so forth. It's going to get so congested. In the past, what Lagos has gone through in the past 4 years plus in terms of environment in itself is enough to discourage anybody. Did I tell you about what happened? Did I talk about it last week between Ido and Oyingbo?
Yes, I think you mentioned. I think you mentioned that.
It's a disaster zone. It's a refuge. I don't know who will save us. I honestly don't know. But so the Lagos State government has said that it has approved the deployment of e-collab system. That will, in itself will be abused. We see what's happening in Apapa now.
It's unfortunate, really. And I'm hoping, seriously hoping that, would have a solution to the gridlock in Lagos. But at the same time, I don't know how Lagos is going to do it, because the place is quite small, quite tiny.
Lagos needs an ingenious leadership that knows his onions and is not ready to play politics and has the capacity to get the job done. That's what it needs. It's not any different from any other capital. It's a capital city. It's the capital of Nigeria as far as I'm concerned. Because when I was doing state and capital, Lagos was the capital. And it still is, somewhat. But until you have the right leadership, with determination, ready to put the resources of Lagos to good use, until you have that kind of leadership, a leadership that is ready to enforce the rule of law, we will be in this mess that we are in.
Maybe granting Lagos that special status would go a long way.
It's not if you grant a special status. What about the personnel to run it?
It may give them, that much freedom. Without much interference from the center.
It's not the interference is not from the center. You and I know that. Is it not the same party that you have the center down the line to Lagos in the past 8 years? So it's not interference. It's not political. It's capacity, capability, determination to have that blood in you to say, I must get this place to work, and to be ready to enforce the law no matter whose ox is God. Lagos needs a leader. It needs a leader, somebody who will take it on. To be honest with you, we had it before. We hope we have it again. We had it before. Let's be very honest between you and I. You know what the Fashola years were like. It wasn't as if it was completely smooth, but you saw determination and you saw what it was like. Just 8 years down the line and see where we are.
Let's take our final story. Let's do our final story as we go. This is from The Punch. It reads, Organ harvesting, reps plead for Ekweremadu, ECOWAS rights UK.
Yes, they're throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, into Ekwerimandu's trial. And what it is to say that they're asking that the British government to temper justice with mercy. But this story is a bit wrong. It is not the British government that is trying Ekwerimandu, in essence. It's at the courts. It's not like here when you can call up a judge and tell him to... I don't think the Prime Minister can call up... unless there's an extremely compelling reason, which might have to be stated in open court. It's the courts that should, the appeal should go to the courts, and to the courts. And I feel that the less public these appeals are made, the better it might be for Ekweremadu. That is just the way I feel it. You walk the ropes from the back, okay? Nobody in the judiciary in any country where there's full democracy wants to believe that they have been influenced by this and by that. So, but again, we are very ceremonial people. We like to do things openly and so much noise and so on and so forth. You walk the ropes from the back. That's my belief. Okay, the House has urged the federal government to take all diplomatic steps and other necessary interventions regarding the travels of the Ekweremadu family. I don't know how that is going to happen. Anyway, he will soon be sentenced. What is the day of sentence?
Should be Friday. I'm not sure.
Scheduled for May 5.
Yeah.
When is May 5?
That's Friday.
Oh, that's Friday. Okay, so in 2 days' time we'll know where we're going. I don't know if they will appeal though.
We don't know yet. Don't know.
I don't know if they will appeal.
Oh well, we have to go now, Lagos. That's our show this morning. Today's day for me.
Yes, I have. Dr. Ayeni. I keep talking about Dr. Ayeni. His wife, Booms. I saw his Facebook, whatever. He put 8 photographs. Boom. So Booms will be. Is it Booms he called her? I can't now look. Anyway, it's her birthday today, so she's celebrating it here.
Okay.
Don't go away. There'll be
Fantastic.
cake for me.
Oh wow, fine. Just that I don't eat cake, but it's fine. It's good.
Why don't
cake
you
is
Why
good.
don't you eat cake? Are you?
Creator. They go, huh?
And I want to assume that you would run because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running mate to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
At any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
what should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those that need to be fired are fired.
It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not a